Hello everyone, bringing you a video today in addition to the normal sort of two video a week upload schedule. It's just a quick run through of a repair job I've done on a couple of pieces of insignia which I have here. One of which is a British Army officer's rank star, which you can see here, and the other piece is an anodised aluminium cap badge for the Irish Defence Force, which I was very kindly gifted. You'll have seen recently in an unboxing video, and this arrived without any lugs on the back, and I've wanted to make it usable again. And this rank star has one of the lugs missing on the back. Now, this obviously is not a typical, it's not a standard British Army rank star. It's specific to the Guards, even more specifically the Grenadier Guards, the Coldstream Guards and the Welsh Guards all wear this pattern of rank star based on the Order of the Garter, the Star of the Order of the Garter, and it's also worn by the Household Cavalry as well. Household Cavalry officers use these as well. In this instance, it's come off an original Grenadier Guards Captain's service dress, officer's service dress, which I will talk about in more detail in a future video. I'm working out how to display it because it's actually a little small to fit on any of my mannequins. And it fits me. It's a little tight. It's possibly a little tight over the chest and the shoulders. Fits in the waist fine. And unless I get some video editing software where I can appear next to myself in the style of British muzzle loaders, I'll have to come up with another way of doing that, perhaps using stills or filming myself and then turning and indicating items and then just talking about it as I'm wearing it. That might be an option, but we'll see about that. It's certainly something I'd like to talk about in the future, but the purpose of this video is to talk about the repair to this. So here you can see the back of the star, and as you can see, one of the lugs is missing off the back, and this is unfortunate. As I say, these are normally soldered in place. As I say, with these, I've found the solder, I don't know if it's a high temperature solder or what. At my soldering iron, I've struggled in removing lugs from this and previous badges where the lugs have been soldered on. So as I say, I'm just going to be using glue this time. First thing to do, however, is take a small file, and I've just cleaned up the remnants of the lug there, which remains. And once that's done, I cut a new lug, and what I'm using here is a bobby pin, and that'll be used for this and the cap badge. It provides a flat, relatively flat sort of wire, similar to the material of the lug, well, not copper, but similar shape to the lug that's already present, and cut that down, bend it into the shape of a suitable shape for the lug, and then mix up some two-part epoxy glue, and this is araldite in this particular instance, and mix those two together, and you obviously then it's a hardening agent and the resin itself, and apply a blob of that to the back of the star where I want to affix the lug. And then I've, as you can see here, I've supported the lug using a bent out of shape paper clip, and this just means that it's in line with the existing lug on the other side, which means obviously when I want to put the split pin through, they'll be in line, and I can do. And then once this first lot of the glue is dried, I mixed up a small amount more. Only need to mix very small amounts for this, of course, and using the bent paper clip, just apply it a little more neatly around the base of the lug to give a bit more of a shoulder and a bit more support. And obviously once this sets, it should be very well held in place and quite a good strong fixing to the back of the star. But if I did want to remove this and have another go at soldering a fresh lug in place, I could of course remove this. It can be chipped away from the metal, no problem, with a little bit of applied effort there. So if I did want to do it using solder in the future, I could do. Okay, so here we have the repaired star, rank star. As you can see there, big blob of glue in there, but that won't be visible once this is on the uniform. Obviously make sure we've got the buckle down on the garter running around the edge of the star there, and then pop it through the holes there, and then of course we have a little split pin which we're going to put through the back. Hopefully this will be visible in shot. Try to look through the camera and do this as fiddly. There we go. Sorted. And there we are. Full captain's rank reinstated on the epaulette there. You can see the nice Grenadier Guard button there at the top with the crown, the royal cipher and the grenade beneath. But there we are. That's the pip repaired, or the star repaired, and back on the uniform. Okay, so I've done a very similar thing as I did with the rank star with this Irish Defence Forces cap badge here. As you can see, we've made the lugs out of a couple of, well, out of a section of bobby pin bent round to make simple form that's just enough to take a split pin, and they've been araldited in place, as you can see, and they're quite sturdy. And then we have the beret here, which John very kindly gifted me, as you'll have seen in the recent unboxing video. So fit the badge on the front here, if I can just find the holes, the appropriate holes in the felt there. There we go. Look at the back here. This will be a little fiddly to do, trying to look through the camera again, I'm sure, but I'll have a go nonetheless. I've made a split pin here out of a stainless paper clip. I didn't have a copper one available, so of the right length, so well, not readily to hand anyway, so this will do for illustration purposes. But you happen to have a lack of suitable split pins, you can easily make your own out of wire like this, of course. Oh, come on, just trying to get the fabric out of the way. There we go. Push it right the way through. There we go. Through the back there. And there we have the badge attached to the beret. And it's good and solid on there. So made it usable again, essentially, from a point where the badge was obviously unusable, with missing both lugs. The one that came with the beret is missing one, so I'll end up replacing one of them. But it's made the badge usable again, and it's a quick and easy repair to carry out. And means that, particularly with anodized badges where you'd be struggling to reattach lugs in any other way, it means you can make the insignia usable again. So there we are, a beret complete with badge. So there we are, that's just a quick run through of what is a rough and ready repair job on these to make them usable again. As I say, you don't see the sort of big blobs of glue on the back once they're attached to the uniform or attached to the beret. So as I say, from that point of view, it's not too much of a problem. It may not be to everyone's taste to repair the badges like this, but to make them usable again, it's an expedient way of doing it, and it certainly worked in this instance. So I just thought it would be interesting to run through that and obviously show the finished result and the process I used to do it. That's everything I wanted to cover in this video, I think. As I always say, I do hope you found it interesting. If you have found it interesting and you'd like to see more of this sort of thing, then please do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And whether you're newly subscribing or you've already subscribed, do make sure you've clicked the little bell, the little notification button down below. That will, of course, mean you're alerted when I upload future videos. If you really like my uploads and you'd like to support the channel, you can. There is both a Patreon and a PayPal link down below, and a massive thank you, as ever, to everyone who supports me using those two methods. Greatly appreciated. Thank you very much indeed. There is, of course, also social media for the channel: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all linked down below. And there's an email address as well, should you wish to contact me via that method. But that's everything for this video, as I say. So until next time, bye for now.